Hey, Brian Corbett here again, Flagship Property Management in Greenville, North Carolina. Hope you're all doing well. We get a question often about the proper way to evict a tenant and what do we do about eviction. The answer can be it depends, because it depends on what the lease agreement says. The standard North Carolina Association of Realtors lease that we typically use states that rent is due on the 1st, is considered late if we receive it after the 5th, and then there's a notice sent out after the 5th of late payment. That gives our tenants 10 days to pay their rent or face legal ramifications, face legal proceedings, where we would go file any eviction papers at the Pitt County Courthouse. It's a fairly simple process. You just have to make sure you do everything properly, such as sending that notice, waiting the appropriate amount of days, and then you can actually go to the courthouse and file the paperwork. There is a fee associated with that. In Pitt County, it's $126 for one person, $30 for each additional person if there's more than one person on the lease. You do have to have documentation that they are behind, or whatever your eviction problem may be, such as a breach of lease of too many residents, or unauthorized pets, or illegal use. Once you go file that paperwork, the tenant will be served papers, and you will also be sent a notice of the court date. Upon that court date, if they show up, you are more likely to get a money judgment, including the possession of the property. With the possession of the property only, you cannot get a money judgment. Now, you still can use collection resources if need be, but you will get possession of the property, in which they have 10 days to either vacate the property or appeal the case. After that period of time, if they still have not left, then you have to go through and file what is called a writ of possession, which is whenever a scheduled date and time, the sheriff's deputy will meet you and or a locksmith at the property to change the locks, whether their stuff is in the property or not. There's still a period of time, a short period of time after that you may be allowed to let the tenant set an appointment to remove the rest of their belongings, depending on how much the value of the belongings are at the time of the lockout. There are some legal times, dates, and steps to go through, and I strongly advise everyone to just make sure you are following those proper steps and jumping through the proper hoops so that you're doing everything within the legal system.